Alright, before this video here starts, I would like to explain something real quick. For those of you who are new to the channel or recently discovered my channel, you're probably wondering right now why you are seeing a NASCAR video. Probably thinking hey, you've never made these videos before. Well, actually I have. A long time ago, in the year 2017, is when I started making NASCAR videos. I stopped doing them in early 2018, and ever since then, I haven't really done much. I've not made a NASCAR video in a while, but for those of you who do not know, who are not original to the channel, I've been a huge NASCAR fan since I was a little kid, and I still like NASCAR today, and I'm wanting to start making NASCAR videos again. So, for my first idea here, I'm going to make a compilation of NASCAR catch fence crashes. I hope you'll enjoy. And thanks for watching, by the way, and consider subscribing if you like NASCAR content, or train content, or gaming content. Anyway, let's begin.
Inside 09.
He decides the outside line might be the way to go. Look at Tom Bodine. He's coming back. He's got pushing from Joey Coulter, and they're making some ground. Now moving off of the bottom of the racetrack as they come into the tri-oval.
Stay on the yellow line. They're trying to make something happen up top here. Stay on the yellow line.
Jason White, and around they go. That will bring the caution out as Joey Coulter goes flying into the catch fence just past the start-finish line, and that will mean John King will win at Daytona. As far as the caution coming out, look back in the middle there, the 22 of Joey Coulter.
A little bit of contact with the 31 of James Busher, gets up into the catch fence, and man, does that catch fence do its job.
And of course, Ty Dillon slipped right through again. See Ty there in the truck with the bright neon orange, just slips right through. I'm just glad Coulter's okay. That was wild looking. See the way it ripped that back of that truck apart?
Well, it sure did. And the front.
James Busher in the 31 got into the back of that 22.
Watch this.
Well, look at that ride, will you? Is that Hornaday going underneath Joey Coulter?
Hornaday underneath the 22 of Joey Coulter. Line's view.
Did Ron Hornaday get in the back of James Busher and turn him sideways into the 22 of Joey Coulter?
Definitely.
As you exit pit road.
Wow, his car gone upside down and then comes back on the wheels as we see Musgrave's car sliding up against the wall. You can see he's torn some fence up as the car got upside down, got up into the retaining fence here. Quite a bit of damage to the fence.
The bonnet was upside down, headed for the fence at 190. I don't mean to overstress this 190, but things happen so quickly, so dramatically at this track, at these speeds, and they're going to red flag this event. Red flag is coming out while they do repairs in this fence area for Neil Bonnet's number 30.
Last time, you took it away from me earlier today. He's going to try and take it away from you. He's hung in the middle. Here goes Keselowski. Got trouble now. Keselowski's got on the hard side. Look out, they're going to go around.
Behind.
Oh, big crash. Oh, and up into the wall. Look out. The caution is out. The race will finish. And it looks like Brad Keselowski is going to get the race win.
Bring it here. Bring it here.
We will check.
See McMurray trying to get in line right here, right behind Harvick, just not enough room.
Yeah, and he had to check up for just a second because he was on the right rear quarter of Kevin Harvick. And then once he goes around, the chaos.
Wow.
Look at Setzer. Wow.
Good to see him get out of that car, but that catch fence does its job.
Well, and remember, they raised the catch fence after last year's race here. Also stretched it out over the racetrack. Here with Justin Allgaier. Just listen.
2 outside. 2 up, spin in front of you. Watch it. Clear the bottom.
Right down next to Kurt Busch. Now, whether or not there's contact or not there, I don't know.
Oh, there's definitely contact.
Looks like there is.
Yeah.
Looks like they just touched. Maybe the rear tires touched. And Todd into the wall. Now watch Kenny Wallace in the 23 car. We got a good shot of him. The winning net, as they said, is already down.
Look, he's coming out already. He's out.
The car's still moving. He's getting out of there.
Yeah, well, that thing's hot.
Getting away from there. Now Todd Bodine is out of his car.
The 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the Ford's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 51.5. And now it's just along for the ride.
Yeah,
watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Look at McMurray. He has a big run down.
Oh, we got one spinning.
And it's McMurray.
Got it.
Man, that thing is flipping, rolling.
That car is junk.
You got that right. See the 31 of Newman with a pretty good run. No, he maybe cut a tire.
Something happened to that car. It just went around all by itself on the straightaway.
And see, what really sent that car over was when Newman hit him on the left side, it lifted the right side up and caught air.
Yeah.
And look at that car come apart against the fence.
It just disintegrates.
I mean, everything did its job of what it's designed to do. The fence kept the car on the racetrack.
Right there.
Oh, the left rear. The left rear tire.
Yeah. Right over the top of Newman's car.
Yeah. Newman and Ty Dillon both with a good bit of damage.
And Mike, the 2 fastest cars, the 1 and the 13, were both involved in that accident.
That's right. Get away, here they come. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece. Logano on the outside, and Byron's around. He crashes. Caution is out.
Heavy impact to the inside wall by the 42 of Larson. So this is coming off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Oh yeah, you can just see, it looks like the 38 goes up the racetrack, makes contact with the 24 Byron. And that sends Jeffrey Earnhardt and Kyle Larson. Look at the air get under the right rear of the 42.
Wow.
Heavy contact with that right front. Left.
Start finish line. Logano comes down into Paul Menard. One car gets up on top of a group and goes flipping over and over, and the 30 lands on its roof. That's Parker Kligerman.
Cole Witt's teammate that just wrecked in that first caution.
And Brandon Davis's team, Swan Energy, suddenly has two.
Actually, Matt Kenseth in the 20 looks like he kicked up into Joey Logano in the 22 that turned him sideways.
Trevor Bayne, the 21, looked to me, Larry, like he was going to bump draft. Got him going. A lot of different looks here.
Trying to get with his teammate Kyle Busch, but comes back up. That tips Logano into Trevor Bayne. His nose catches Paul Menard, who plows into Kligerman, who gets up in the air on top of Menard's car. And who's that underneath? Black car.
That's the 83 car of Ryan Truex.
But Menard is there. And he just moves Logano enough that Joey loses control, gets into Menard. The white car of Kligerman, the black car of Truex, and the white car of Blaney, all stacking up at the start-finish line.
And Trevor Bayne in that 21 car may have gotten a little bit of damage, but Lord, it could have been a whole lot worse for him.
A scary crash. Here's our camera on top of the safety barrier right at start-finish.
Safety fence is doing a great job.
Oops.
Did we lose our camera?
Yes, we did.
And Kenny, you've run this track so many times. That is one of the fastest places of this racetrack. And as Darrell has always pointed out, there's not a lot of banking there, and you're turning a pretty sharp turn.
Backup. Had a really good race car. Here's that qualifying lap Friday afternoon. Gets that left rear in the dirt. The Caterpillar car goes around, backs in the fence, and watch this, climbs that fence and does a slow roll over, lands on its wheels, and Ward got out, threw his helmet, and said, I made a mistake.
Well, he started in 37th position. He got the first provisional spot, now running in third place.
By the way, that qualifying crash was right at the same position where he had the encounter with Rudd and Wallace last year during the race.
There's a leader. Corelli on the inside of Rudd goes to the corner, and Corelli has the lead. Here comes Bickle. And meanwhile, here comes a wreck. Right into turn one, and the truck is that on the side?
Side. Now sliding down, and I can't get a number on it yet. It stopped that way.
It's Mike Bliss.
Now that is the weirdest on-truck camera shot of the series thus far. That's what it looks like when you end up looking
Mike
like
Bliss is climbing out.
This is even weirder.
T.J. Clark has somebody's wheel in the left rear of Bliss's. That's the right front. The right front of Mike Bliss's truck is gone.
And Bliss is using that vantage point to, I'll bet, try to eyeball whoever got him in that predicament. Anyway, let's see if we can get another look at this. He's already up.
Yeah, we see there he is. We're going to have a red flag condition because we've got some fence damage down just past the start finish line where Bliss was up in the fence and has knocked the catch fence down. So we're going to have to stop and fix that little baby.
That'll be our second red flag of the night. Let's see again what Speedy has to say about it. Watch for Bliss's colors. There he went, riding right up over the camera.
Yep. Bobby Gill was on the inside of him. Looked like when they went by. There's the fence that we're talking about. I was talking about. We see all the damage.
Dinged it pretty good.
And there's a speaker that tells the fans what's going on, a PA speaker. Well, that's not going to be telling them anything because it's a broken
souvenir for somebody. Catch fence did exactly what it's supposed to do as Bliss got barged up into the fence. Man, he tore it up a ton, didn't he? Man. The truck from there went all the way down into turn one where the banking finally lifted it up over onto its side and it slid back down the banking and came to a halt. Bliss is okay, but very unhappy. And we are under a red flag that looks like it might last a while, because that's going to take some fixing.
Dan Stillman keeps telling Paul, hit your marks, hit your marks. Oh, wow.
8 car on his side. Martin Truex Jr.
Wow.
Talk to me when you get here. We're coming down pit road, guys.
No, you're not. You won't steer.
I think he's had
All right, go to the garage here, guys. Over there by a thing. We've got to fix it.
Joey Chitwood's stunt show on that one.
Wow.
Still trying to get it there, but it's not going to turn.
Comes up on the back of Mike Wallace in 38.
Squeezed up into the wall.
And Mike obviously had no idea he was on the outside of it.
That's a wild ride.
Boy, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, he just got squeezed in there, and I mean, they did turn that car on its side. Through the fence, or up along the fence. How did that thing get run all over?
Man.
Partner after the race. Championship leader. Pinched into the wall. A wild ride. Be an interesting interview when we come back.
Problem is he's got Ryan Newman. No, I'm sorry, the 12th car in front of him is Justin Allgaier. Look at Allgaier now.
Oh, 3 wide.
A move around. Oh, 3 wide.
Oh, look out. This is bad news. Oh, man, up onto the wall. Casey Kane now comes back down on all 4. Caution is out.
Oh, you can see that.
Coming at you, bud. Just hold on here.
That is a tough break because that car, as you mentioned, was good tonight.
Man, that's too bad. Yeah, but you know, as good as they are, you sometimes it gets frustrating as a driver. See right here, Justin Allgaier's really struggling. Trevor Bayne got to the inside of him, forced him to the right side a little bit. Casey Kane was already there.
Damage also to the right side of the 12 there, as you can see. Don't know how severe that is right now, but Casey's night is done.
That's good to see he's okay.
The lucky dog is going to go to Dale Earnhardt Jr. It'll give us 24 cars on the lead lap. Here's another look.
Yeah, Robert Richardson Jr. was the lap car that was in front of these cars. Everybody just looking for a way around. Man, that thing get up on the wall. You could see that just like it surprised Justin Allgaier whenever Trevor Bayne got to the inside of him. I'm not sure that he ever had any idea that Casey Kane was out there. As things happening so fast, you might have a spotter hollering in your ear. Got the inside of him. Not sure that he ever had any idea that Casey Kane was out there.
Oh, big crash in turn number 2. David Ruderman. Oh, goodness.
6 gets,
It's like, oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious.
Wow. Like Boris said, got into the 6 car. David Reagan. Oh, my goodness.
That's a hard lick for David Reagan, but this, oh my goodness.
Ron Fellows also into the wall in that. Wow, terrible.
Collides. How about the 29 of Chase Briscoe up and over? Actually did some damage to the fence. Watch it on the onboard. This is one of the guys that would be considered a favorite to win the race. A little
problems.
Huge hit for Kennedy. The 11 up on the safer barrier. Down off the wall it comes to a grinding halt in the middle of the racetrack.
I'm okay. It's a hard hit.
So he's racing on the inside of David Gillen. They make a little bit of contact. You see John West Townley was on the outside. He's going to run right into the side of him and kind of lift that truck up a little bit. Got into the catch fence. For the second week in a row, we've had a vehicle in the catch fence. But again, the catch fence did its job. It kept that truck down on the racetrack, and you see it riding along the top of the safer barrier.
When they got to turn one, Phil, I think they were 3 wide, and Ben probably thought that's a difficult angle for the spotters to see as well. And I think that Ben probably thought, wow, look how close that truck comes to going over. Probably thought they were just 2 wide, and he had room to move up a little bit for the corner.
That's what it looked like.
That was incredible how that truck just grinding along that safer barrier.
That's a battery sliding up in the top lane of the racetrack. Let's take a look at it again.
You can see that it was Gillen,
John West Townley in the yellow truck.
And I think John Gillen was just below John West, and maybe Ben Kennedy felt like they were just 2 wide and had room to angle himself for the corner, battling for a spot well inside of the top 10. Look at all that debris.
But as you pointed out, Phil, that catch fence doing exactly what it's supposed to do as the axle's just grinding along that safer barrier on the wall.
Wow.
No trouble. Ryan Newman, hard into the wall. Michael McDowell, hard into the wall.
Caution's out, caution's out.
Terrible crash. Hey, look right over here. You see, like Ryan Newman overran that corner just a little bit. You see quite a few cars over there. Come back on the track. Contact between Biffle and Newman. Yes, Biffle came back on the track. Newman was right there. Got into him and hard into that guardrail and the tires. Sends him back out in the middle of the track here into McDowell. You see the rear end housing loose from the car and then it goes over the fence. That last impact for McDowell was the one that probably knocked the wind out of him. You see it was Biffle coming back on the track that made Newman try to avoid running into him.
I'm fine. It was just bad play.
Regan Smith 7. Keselowski 22. Stewart 33. And contact. Smith turned around. Tony Stewart is going to win this race. What a terrible crash coming to the finish.
This is a big wreck.
Kyle Larson's car with the front end severely torn off. He's bailing out of the car. Part of that car did pierce the catch fencing shy of the start-finish line. You see some of the others involved.
In this situation, as the field came to the checkered flag, watch the white 32 car. And again, Kyle Larson did climb from that machine. You heard from him a minute ago.
Oh, we have a problem.
Bobby Allison with a horrible crash here on the front stretch. It has torn out a complete section of protective railing separating it. Alan Kowicki becomes involved.
Debris and is collecting other cars. There was a lot of debris in the front stretch. Kowicki was involved. Richard Petty, I think, is another one of the cars. Lots of debris on the front stretch. Now, Bobby's car, to me, appeared to stay together quite well. He did get up into the fencing, but not into the stands.
And it was close, though. He has torn out a whole large area of guardrail. There it is, protecting the crowd from the racetrack. And he came very, very close to going into the stands. The car became airborne and went flying literally into that wall and to the grandstand right below us here in the broadcast booth. There's the tire going.
Here's another angle of it, and we'll just let you watch it because we've covered it well.
There goes Darrell Waltrip. going by without becoming involved in it. But as I said, as the cars came down now, they were running over the debris of the Allison car and tires were blowing.
Of Talladega's turns in the number 41 Chevy.
Trouble in turn number 1. Mark spins out of control. The whole pack is involved. Cars tumbling through the air. Twisting around and hit again as it comes back to the bottom of the racetrack in the corner. A savage crash in turn 1. Several cars involved.
I remember waking up in Birmingham Hospital, and they had a small TV in the room, and I saw a clip of the wreck. And I said to my wife, boy, I feel sorry for that son of a gun. I had no idea how bad it was. I had no idea how ugly it looked. I actually hit the wall upside down, and it hurt. And I thought, man, it got really quiet, and I thought, well, that was bad, but at least it's over. What I didn't realize was at the time I was in the air, and then it just started, you know. And once I got caught up in the fence, it sort of got ugly.
Okay, now these guys, their job, if you're Austin Dillon, one of those guys.
Watch this run Kevin Harvick has on the bottom.
Now the five can go to the outside. They're all trying to build that run that Keselowski did.
Here goes the 3 car.
Will Dillon have help? No, they come down to block. Logano goes back up. Keselowski with him. McDowell in tow. Dillon on the bottom.
The run's on top. Whoa! Teammates.
Around they go in a hard crash. Kyle Busch.
Kyle Larson.
Caution is out.
Bubba Wallace is in this. Austin Cindric. Hard hit by Kyle Busch.
Caution's out. McDowell is first to the line, but will have to go back to the moment of caution, which ends the race. Brad Keselowski is climbing out. He's over to finish at the moment of caution.
Huge run. Went for it. Joey was obviously had to block.
Question is, where did that caution come out? Chase Elliott.
Sports has won the Daytona 500.
How about that?
Man.
That's a huge win for Michael McDowell and that team. Doesn't get any bigger than this.
And a huge crash for everybody else. McDowell is the 40th driver to win the Great American Race, and the 8th driver in history to score his first career cup win in the Daytona 500. And yes, Clint, he led only the last lap.
That's all it takes.
Only one you need to win.